we'll discuss data table in Power Apps, and we'll see how to add the columns into a data table and how to remove the columns into the data table, and how to select a specific row in a data table to perform the data operations. And also we'll see what are the advantages with the data table in Power Apps. For that, I'll open Power Apps. In this screen, we'll insert a data table. To insert a data table, here in the top menu we have insert option, and we'll search for the data table, and data table currently which is in preview state. When we select this one, it will add a data table, and then here we have an option to select a table, or we can able to select any data source related list, or maybe any table from a different data source. So here I'm taking a Dataverse table from a Dataverse. When I select this one, and it will add the information from that table, and we'll try to expand this one, and it already added total 5 columns, and the information also which we can able to see here in the screen. We only have records, and it is showing the 5 records, and then it is showing the columns also. This column header is available in data table, and this type of header is not available in the gallery. So gallery, we need to define this header externally, and also within the gallery we cannot able to get the information directly. We need to insert the controls and then able to do that. But within the data table, if you go back and try to insert any label or text which will insert outside of the data table, we cannot able to insert the controls with data table. Now we only have 5 columns here. If you want to add more columns into a data table, when you select the data table, in the right properties we can able to see an option name called fields. Now when you click this one, and you can able to see the options, what are the columns are available. Even this of information which is available in the left menu as well, you can able to see what are the columns are. So for example, if you want to remove something, for example, I want to remove the phone number, I can able to remove from here. So then we will have 4 columns only in the data table. So if you want to add more columns, you need to click this add field option. You can select these columns which are available. I'm selecting the status, I'm selecting the version number, and phone number just we removed. I'm adding back to the data table. When we click add, and these columns will be visible within the data table. We'll play and see, and these all are available. So whenever you hover your mouse, you can able to see the highlighted row, and you can able to see all the columns which are in the top. This if you want to expand like this, you can able to expand, and then you can able to see the information. So as like all the controls, the data table also have all type of properties are available. You can see the visible property, the position, and the size, and the colors. These colors majorly, like if you want to apply the background color of this data table, you can able to apply from here. If you choose any green color, it will apply. If you choose any red type of color, or maybe light blue type of colors, which applies to your data table. And also this is the font, and the font color also you can able to select from here. Either you can choose red, or you can choose dark blue, or any color, if whatever you like, and you can able to select the font color as well. And these are the very common properties we can able to see here, like hover color, selected field, selected color, and heading field, heading color, and then heading size. Everything you can able to see here as a common properties of the controls. But here, if you want to select any record or any row, you can able to select, and that option is available. So for that, I'm selecting this column, which is a name column. And when you go here, these are very common properties, but 2 special properties are available. One is hyperlink. If you want to show your column information as in a hyperlink, you can able to select that hyperlink and make this as a true. If you make this as a true, and then when you play this one, now of course the color is changed. When you hover your mouse on that particular column, you can able to see a different pointer, so which is a hyperlink pointer. But if you go to any of other column, and you cannot able to see here. But related to the column formatting, we have very limited options. For example, your content is showing left side, Now I selected this one. So we have width, visible, header text, and then hyperlink options only available. If you go to advanced also, there are data related, content language related, and hyperlink and text related is available, but you don't have alignment related options. So this columns does not have any alignment properties, and which is not defined Microsoft yet, and which is by default the data will be left aligned. And in this one we have another property called onSelect. So the onSelect is available. For example, you want to select any one of this row and then pass that information into a variable, or you want to pass that information into another screen for editing or for viewing, for deleting also you want to do something, you can able to do from here. So for that I'm writing a variable. So I want to pass this record, which is a Dataverse record. I want to take this record. So for that, so we have this data table, and then there is a property called selected. When you click this dot, and you can see a couple of IntelliSense showing related to this data table properties, but these are very common properties which are majorly related to the UI design, but only one property which help us to take that particular record which is selected, that is dot selected. When I close this one, if I play and click any one of this record, when I click this mail, and then we'll go back to this Dataverse record. Now this stores the complete information which is selected. Now this is a record and able to see all the information. Now you want to pass this one into another screen for editing or for viewing the data. We'll try to create another screen here. I'm creating one blank screen, and in this I'll add an edit form. Once we add this edit form, and we need to select the data source. Now I selected a data sources. So once we select that one, we can able to see the columns which are applied here. So here the default mode of this one is edit. So that's why we cannot able to see. Then we'll play this one. We have age, email, name, phone number, and record. Now we'll change back this div edit, and then we'll jump back to the screen 4. Now within the column, I'll write a navigate formula here. Now we'll navigate back to the next screen, which is a screen number 6. And within screen number 6, in this one, the data source is Dataverse, and we'll define the item. I'll go back to the item property of this form. Here, I'm just writing that record, which is a Dataverse record. The Dataverse record, I'm passing this one, and we'll play this one. When we play, we can able to see the age is 30, and then email, name is Mary, and phone number and record ID. So now here we'll put some back button. I'll insert one button, and which I'm taking as back, and then we'll jump back to the screen number 4. We'll try to navigate, or we can use back formula. Now we'll play. When I click this back, now we are we have to play from screen number 4, and then this time I'll take David John. Now this data you can able to see David John. When we click back, and now we are coming back to this screen. Now I'll select John, and then we can able to see the John information here. When I click back, now it will redirect back to the data table. So this way we can create a data table, and then we can able to select the particular row from the data table, and then we can get that information for that. So the advantages with the data table is you don't need to create a specific header, and this header will come in out of the box. So once you add a data table, and once you add your data source, it automatically takes the columns. If you want to add more columns, you can able to add, and if you have more columns, the more columns information also you can able to see in the data table. Now I'll select this data table, and now we only have 8, and if you wish to add more columns, you can able to add more columns as well. And when I click add, these columns will add. So whatever the columns you don't like, and you can able to delete. So once you add more columns and within the data table, and here we have all the columns will be shown, but the screen size is small, and that's why we cannot able to see. And we can able to see a scroll bar also in the bottom if you have more columns. So this data table have more columns, so that's why you'll get this scroll bar as well. And it is easy to select any of the row, and also we can able to add a hyperlink option to the columns, and that treats as a link. So if you wish to write any code for that link, and you can able to write, maybe you want to redirect to specific screen, or you want to select a specific record, you can able to do that. But in the data table, we cannot able to select a multiple rows at a time, so there is no option. And also we cannot able to insert the controls within the data table. So this data table have the capability to show the records and select the record, but we don't have any customization related stuff within the data table. So you wish to do the same kind of thing with the customizations, and the gallery is only the option to do that. But here in the data table, we cannot able to do anything like that.